Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to talk about 4 key tactics and strategies that most e-commerce brands just don't do that can actually take your e-commerce brand from 6 to 7 figures. Now, I'm Shash Singh. I'm the owner of Linx Digital Agency. We work with a lot of 7 and 8-figure e-commerce brands. So we kind of see what they do that 6-figure brands often don't do. And because of that, we're able to have a very bird's eye view of what's going on with e-commerce. So the first thing I want to go over is there's a general over-reliance on Facebook ads with a lot of e-commerce businesses. So what happens so often is that a lot of e-com brands get started on Facebook, but they just stick on Facebook. And this is a problem because Facebook is getting more and more competitive. The ad costs are going more and more higher. And the worst part is that Facebook ads actually can be very risky because your ad account could get suspended at any time, thus leaving you with a ton of inventory that you just can't get rid of just because your ad account got banned. And a lot of e-commerce store owners have seen that because of the way Facebook ads work. So because of that, you have to kind of diversify your traffic sources. Now, a good place to start is Google search and shopping. And then the place to really scale is YouTube ads, because YouTube ads for e-commerce is, in my opinion, the best traffic source for e-commerce companies that are scaling from 6 to 7 or 8 figures because of the fact that the inventory is massive, it's still underpriced and less competitive than Facebook ads. And honestly, most e-commerce brands are too scared to make YouTube ads work. They're just too scared to try it, but it works so well. So that's why one of the things you should do this year is diversify from Facebook ads into Google and thus be able to start scaling that way. Now, the second mistake I see a lot of e-commerce brands make that most 7 and 8-figure brands really have figured out that 6-figure brands don't do is video. So here's the thing, video ads are, in my opinion, some of the best way to buy traffic. So we run YouTube ads for our clients, and because of this, video is a huge part of our strategy. We have to use video ads, and we often find that clients who are trying to do video already or have video resources or production often are much better equipped to do well both on Facebook and YouTube ads. Now, we do resolve that issue with clients who don't have video by basically handling their production, but if you're an e-commerce brand, you should definitely be using video ads. A cool and interesting thing I've seen is that our video ads often do really well on Facebook. So we'll make video ads for our clients on YouTube, and they'll go and use it on Facebook, and it'll outperform their image-based ads, thus adding even more value. And then we've also seen clients take our videos and put them on the homepage of their website, thus increasing conversion rates. Now, something that you can also do with video is user-generated content, where you can actually basically have customers make review videos, unboxing videos, and content, and then you can put them on your website, in your marketing, use them in your ads, and it's just gonna help things convert more. It's gonna help build trust because they see real people using your products. Another great way to use videos is on product pages by actually showing them how the product works and showing them a product video. And we've seen a lot of really successful e-commerce stores do that. So all in all, video is huge. If you're not investing in video, you are putting yourself in a bad position because number one, you won't be able to run YouTube ads, which is a huge traffic source. Number two, your Facebook ads will suffer because video just performs better than images. It just leaves a stronger mark, a stronger impression. So that's the second mistake that 6-figure e-com store owners often make, while 7 and 8-figure e-commerce store owners often always have video ads ready. So let's talk about the third mistake that a lot of e-commerce brands make when they're around 6 figures, which holds them back to getting to 7 and 8 figures. And that's really having a very weak backend. Now, what I mean by that is they don't really have email marketing set up. They don't have upsell set up. They don't have cross-sell set up. They're not really doing long-term nurture campaigns with Facebook ads. They're not retargeting their existing buyer with ads. So there's this whole thing that you got to build an ecosystem where you can sell your customers more stuff and you can follow up with them. So a lot of e-commerce brands, what we see is they'll have one product or a couple products, but they don't really utilize these products in a smart way where you should be increasing your AOV by bundling 2 or 3 products together, or you should be upselling them something after they buy the first product. Now, a common upsell is like if you buy a product, you basically get more of the same product for a lesser price. And that actually works really well. I believe Organifi was the one that popularized that concept, and they just crushed it with it. It made their AOVs absolutely high. So you have to figure out how to make your average order value and customer lifetime value really high. Now, how do you do that? So as I mentioned, upsells are great for that. Email marketing is really important. So you got to get set up on a system like Klaviyo and make sure you're emailing out, basically your customers and ensuring they are buying, because email marketing by itself should increase your revenue by 20 to 30%. And the best part is you've probably already paid to acquire these customers via Facebook ads or influencer marketing or YouTube ads. So email marketing is just an insanely high ROI thing. You gotta do it. Now, other things you gotta do is perhaps set up an app that cross-sells and recommends other products to your customers. That also is something I've seen a lot of e-commerce brands use to increase their AOV and CLV. Also, one great tactic that we've used is basically long-term retargeting. So if somebody bought a product and let's say it's a perishable, right? Let's say it's something that they use and they have to buy again. So supplements, for example. So one of the most high ROI campaigns we ran for supplements was actually retargeting people who bought the supplement 60 to 90 days ago and get them to buy more of the same supplement. So you want to make sure you have all these tactics and strategies to increase AOV and CLV, so you can basically spend more to acquire a customer, which allows you to scale more. Because if you can only spend $20 to acquire customers, you might be able to spend $1,000 a day and acquire customers at that basically acquisition cost. But if you want to be able to scale to $10,000 a day and really be able to go, scale, you need to be able to stomach a higher acquisition cost while being profitable. And the only way you do that is with a higher lifetime value, higher AOV, etc., etc. Now let's talk about the fourth thing I see 7- and 8-figure stores do that 6-figure stores almost always never do. And that is using advertorials and testing them versus product pages. So when I mean an advertorial, and I'll show you on the screen, yeah, it's a page where basically it's kind of a long form article that basically convinces them that the product that you're selling them is basically a good fit for them. So usually there's some sort of hook, like usually it's kind of like written in a format where it seems like it's kind of basically a third-party article, but usually it's in a website. And an example of an advertorial would be, let's say if you're selling a supplement, the advertorial could be, hey, new studies show that X supplement can help with XYZ issues in health, and it's like a long form article. So it's not like they go on a page and they immediately see a product. It's more that they're kind of reading this content that warms them up to actually go buy a product. Now we've seen for some of our clients, for example, we had one client where the advertorial was converting at 3%, while the actual product page was converting at 1.5 to 2%. So test sending traffic to long form advertorials or even long form video content versus product pages. You need to be testing where you're sending your traffic. You can't just send it to the same product page. And if you're doing a product page, you want to be testing different product pages as well, adding videos with no videos, different layouts, etc. Because ultimately you want to maximize that conversion rate, get it to 3% or 4%. We actually have a client right now where their conversion rate is around 4.5 to 5%, which is absolutely crazy. So the higher you get your conversion rate, the more you can scale, the more you can spend on your ads without being unprofitable. So yeah, guys, those are 4 things that 7- and 8-figure brands do that 6-figure brands don't. So if you're a 6-figure brand or a smaller brand and you don't do these things, definitely try them out. Now, if you like this video, hit the like button and tell me what you want me to make videos about. So if you've got any really good ideas for videos I could make, drop a comment below and I'll make a video about that. Cheers.